come to you today as someone who carries within him the true aspirations of Zeon.
Hello everyone, my name is Zeon, you are my remnants, and welcome to the channel once again. And in today's video we're doing a custom U-wing video showing off some very simple things that you can do. Now if you've seen my custom A-wing video, this is going to be very similar to that, but on a bigger scale because the U-wing is quite big. Actually, it basically fits into my whole little recording area here. So we're going to go over this real quick. Anyone can do this, guys. It's super easy. If you want to make that Hasbro figure, stop looking from too much of a toy, make it look a little bit more realistic, more like the way it would look in a movie. Anybody can do this. It's super easy, guys, I'm telling you. So this here is my U-wing. Now you can see it's a bit dirtied up. It has some weathering, and originally the U-wing was basically like this. Super white, looked like a plastic toy, and I've been hanging these ships in my Star Wars room as a little battle scene, and I looked, and all the old Hasbro ships, and I said this when I did my A-wing video, but the old X-wing, the old Y-wings, the old A-wings, the toys came with some wear. They looked dirty. They looked like the movie. The newer ships that they've been coming out with are super clean, really white, and they don't look like that in the movie. And therefore, when I put some of these newer ships together with the old ones, it just doesn't look right. So I was like, I need to go ahead and just weather this thing a little bit, make it fit in a bit more. Now, what I've been using is shoe polish. And if you guys have ever watched Cosplay Chris, I'll link him down below. I mean, not that he needs it, but I'll link it because that's where I got it from. He uses this technique quite a bit. Now, I come from a modeling background, so I'm always used to using acrylic paint and things like that, watering it down, doing stuff like that for weathering. Never thought to use anything else. And just the black shoe polish, the way it kind of stains. Obviously, you can see the black in here, just like a panel wash, that the shoe polish gets into the creases here, but also when you let it dry a little bit and try and rub it away, it kind of stains it a bit, like as if it's dirt. Especially like you see this, like this just looks amazing like that, you know. And in some places you have to kind of remove it more than others. Like for example, over here, you see there's like really dark areas here. That I would like to go ahead and remove, and I can still go ahead and remove it with water, which is the cool thing about it. You know, like this right here, that needs to be removed. It's harder around these ribbed type areas, but so basically, guys, all you do is you get your shoe polish, and you can do a couple things. I like to take a palette, put the shoe polish in the palette, and take a brush or take some type of sponge and kind of get it in there everywhere. Granted, you could probably just go ahead and just do this with the regular shoe polish applicator anyway, but I feel like I have more control if I use a brush or whatever. So you go ahead and do that. What I like to do is I let it dry for about 5 minutes or so. Then you come back with a wet paper towel, and you can start kind of rubbing the shoe polish away, and then leaving the dark areas you know, in the recesses, just like you would on a panel line wash with acrylic paint, same thing. But also, like I said, if you let it dry a little bit, it will start to kind of stain. Now, you can still remove all of this. If you rubbed hard enough, all of this would come out. So don't worry that it's going to permanently mess up anything if you know, screw it up. And it's really cheap. I just went to Walmart. It doesn't have to be Kiwi or anything, just the cheapest shoe polish you can get. I bought some black and some brown so I can do some different type of weathering with the BB-8 figure that I have. And then, of course, I did the, you know, my standard rub and buff on all the gunmetal areas, like the gray areas, just adding some silver wear to highlight them, especially, you know, back here. And as you can see like how there's no, this is one of those things when you start doing stuff like this, you notice stuff after you're looking at it through a camera, like there's no weathering in this little area where the, you know, this little button goes through, so it just looks awkward when you see it here. It's like all clean inside. So that's one of those things to be aware of. But again, like I said, cool thing is you can just take some water and a paper towel or a rag or whatever, and, you know, make make this a bit less, add some more. It's pretty crazy how versatile it really is. And you can see over here we got the thrusters with some wear on them. I like highlighting the raised areas here and just giving it some wear. I like putting a lot of wear around the thrusters because you know, you figure that would be the main place that it would happen. Let's take a look at the underside here. One thing else I noticed about the newer ships is that the way they make them sometimes kind of like they're cheaping out. Like the bottom of these wings, you may notice that they're hollow. Like they're not covered, you know, on the bottom like they should be. It's just kind of like, okay, I don't know, I just feel like that this should be covered. I mean, that's just cheaping out in my opinion. But I do really like the U-Wing, and it was a lot of fun to do this. And, you know, it's such a big ship, so you kind of have a lot of options and different things. I have another one of these, and I want to do a repaint of it. In Rebels, Saw Gerrera had a U-Wing, and it was a pretty cool color scheme, and I was like, oh, I kind of want to do that. Or I was thinking of doing like a Death Watch one. That would have been, I think I saw something on Google like that. If I find it, I'll post it here. But anyway, guys, this is now going to go up in the Star Wars room. It's the last ship that has to go up. But again, anyone can do this. It's super easy. If you want to see this done more in real time, I would say go ahead and watch Cosplay Chris. He does this a lot, especially on a lot of his Star Wars customs. Go ahead and watch it so you can see it done in real time and things like that. But go ahead, experiment, try new things. I love doing stuff like this because I love learning new things, and it's just so crazy how inventive. Like, who would have ever thought to use shoe polish to weather anything? Like, you know, it's just one of those really interesting things to me. So guys, let me know if you've ever used this technique. How did it come out for you? What do you think of it? Do you prefer to use paint instead of shoe polish? For me, when it comes to ships and really big things, maybe even costumes, I might try this on foam armor. I'm gonna try using this more, and on models and stuff and smaller figures, I'm gonna keep doing my old school, you know, either acrylic wash or enamel wash, depending on what I'm doing. But if you guys have done this, let me know what were your results. What do you think of this shoe polish technique? If you enjoyed the video, leave it a like, leave a comment down below. As always, subscribe for more creative content. If you want to support the channel, go ahead to designbyhumans.com, buy yourself a Destiny t-shirt, and I may do a Star Wars shirt at some point, because I love Star Wars too, so I figure I have to do one, right? But thank you so much for watching, and as always, stay creative, and Zeon!